Hi, in this lecture we're going to cover the len function. Now the len function basically returns the length of a string, and it takes one parameter, which is the string or text itself. So just to look at our example, here we've got the word apples. Now if I wanted to find out the length of the string, I would basically write equals len brackets, and I would reference cell B12 and close brackets, and that gives us 6. So just to count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now, one of the benefits of len is that it can also be used to find hidden spaces. So for example here, I've got the same word, apples and apples, and I've run the len function and I've got a result of 6 and 7. Now we know from our prior example that the answer should be 6. So why have we got 7? Okay, well, just to demonstrate this, if I double click into this cell first, if you look at the cursor, it ends immediately after S. Now, if I double click into this cell, if you look at the cursor, you can see that there's a small gap where the cursor finishes between that and the S. And if I just use my keyboard, I can highlight this gap. Now that is a space. Now it's this space which gets included as part of the length of a string. So that's a real good handy thing to know, folks, because if you have ever had a string which is not behaving according to your formulas, a good test is to duplicate that string and then run len on both those strings and see if the lengths are the same. If it is not, then most likely you have hidden spaces somewhere. Now, typical scenarios where you can use the len function are when, for example, you're migrating data from, say, system A to system B, and system B will only accept a string length of a certain number of characters. Now, what would happen is if you tried to import that data and it didn't match the rule, the import would fail. So what you could do prior is basically dump all your data in a spreadsheet, then use the len function, and in combination with that, you could use conditional formatting or if true false statements, and you can find out which ones are breaking the rule. So for example here, I've got apples, oranges, pears, and blackberries. Now I wish to flag up any strings which are 8 characters or more. So I've got this formula here, which I use to figure this out. So basically I would write if brackets len and the cell we're after is less than or equal to 7, because remember we're looking for any strings which are 8 characters or more. So we are basically saying here, test for any strings which are less than or equal to 7. And if we get a string which is less than or equal to 7 characters, bring back a true, otherwise bring back a false. And it's these falses which we know will be breaking our system migration rules. So as you can see here, we've got a true and a true. So both these two words are less than or equal to 7 characters. But here, pears and blackberries, we get a false for both. Now blackberries we can pretty much determine that's over 8 characters or more. Now pears, well, it's only 5 characters, so really that should have been a true. So how come we didn't get that? Well, let's go into our pear cell and see why. So if I go inside, now as you can see the cursor is very far away from the S. So this indicates that we've got hidden spaces. Now, ordinarily, if we were just looking at a sheet, we would not have been able to spot that. But because of the len function and the combination of if true false statements, we can basically isolate these hidden spaces now from using this formula. And if we add a filter, we could basically say, give me everything that's false, and it would only give back our false entries. We could then go into those strings and manually correct them. Okay, so that concludes this lecture. We have covered the len function, and we have also looked at typical uses it could be used for, which is data validation. Thank you for listening and watching.